When some people discuss the topic of Christ, truth, positivity, or hope in any way, quite often gaslighting and deflections of conversation abound. In that, deception increases in action and substance. This is what is meant by the terms such as, "Please stop being so dramatic, that never happened. Stop being so insecure, get out of your head, or you're overthinking it." Gaslighting is an interesting spiritual and emotional phenomenon that is at the heart of the strength of deception in prepping, politics, faith, family, and true relationships of love. Gaslighting, deception, and being a so-called control freak kills love and affection. Gaslighting is a form of mental manipulation that attempts to cause doubt or deprivation of memory in the targeted individual or audience's understanding of what is really being said or the truth about what is being presented or happening. Afterward, the member or members of the targeted group often forget the true truth of what happened and or what was said. How many times have you been in an individual or group conversation when someone or something is said that is spot on track with the truth, only to have a person, recipient, or group of recipients receiving the spot on track information rattle a shiny, distractive object to move the attention away from spot on truth? Recently, I witnessed a conversation where someone was providing the truth about God. The gaslighting, supposed colleague started holding up a bottle of liquor during the presentation of truth, while others started commenting words of distractions from what was being said. Imagine a community where people gaslight for good and positivity, instead of disillusion and self-gratifying lies. Imagine a community that tries to outdo each other with the gaslight of good, positivity, and or good works. As an example for reference, say you had a colleague that constantly mentions the end of the world and speaks about the doom and gloom of society. Being like-minded, you would potentially feed the conversation and thought pattern of societal disaster with your references to social mayhem, which kindles your colleague's roaring fire of despair, gloom, and doom. Consider how it would help your colleague if you decided to put the quenching power of good and positive gaslighting on the conversation. For instance, you can use your faith in God to gaslight the topic of doom to a conversation of hope and assurance by sharing with your colleague the message of life. There may be a battle in this type of approach to get the good news of hope out to your colleague and or the group. You and your community of gaslighting for good may be few, and the community of gaslighters for doom and gloom might outnumber you 500 to 1. Stick to your topic of gaslighting for good, truth, and positivity. Even though gaslighters of doom, gloom, and despair try to distract you or out-gaslight your positivity and truth through distractions. 2. Stay on the topic of positive gaslighting with good and do it, using brotherly love. If your colleague begins to follow suit, you can be sure that they are truly ready for change. 3. If your gaslighter becomes extremely disruptive and gaslights you as you gaslight them for good, stop and assess the situation. Gaslight from a different approach to lessen the gaslighting effect of your colleague's doom and gloom. 4. Remind yourself and each other within your small community of gaslighting good and positivity to exhibit the love, joy, and hope in their hearts by sharing scriptures, positive quotes, the good news about life, hope, good, and brotherly love. The gaslighters can be skilled and use gaslighting at their best to deflect and gaslight. Remember that gaslighting is a form of mental manipulation and is designed to deceive, confuse, and cause doubt in individuals or groups concerning the truth about what has been said or done. The gaslighter either wants the gaslightee so dependent on them for information that they will regard everything as an honest mistake or honest difference of opinions, or they may want the gaslightee to feel so confused about their own sense of reality that reactions are muted by disbelief. The gaslightees have great difficulty sorting out contradictory data presented by the gaslighters who keep them under pressure with no outlet for escape. Gaslight and speak life and not death to the lies and nonsense. about the faith and truth. Gaslight and speak love and not hate. Gaslight and speak the truth and not lies. Fuel and gaslight positivity and hope, not destruction and despair.